Hey, tribe. Dawna here from Transformational Healing. And we're going to do our spiritual check in today. Usually, people put in questions in the Transformational Healing Facebook tribe group. And then we can talk about that. But anyone that comes on can feel free to put questions into the live chat or put questions into the chat or the comments on the replay, and I will also get to those questions as well. It just won't happen obviously during the live if you're not here during the live. So if you're here, just type in the live chat and tell us that you're here. Feel free to ask any questions about stuff that's going on with you. I hope that you guys are all doing good. I did skip last week for a little bit of self-care. And I'm hoping that you guys are doing your self-care, because I think that that's really, really important, is to take that time for us to check in, figure out what we need, and to actually really take care of ourselves. So part of a lot of your self-care is to come to this live on Sundays. But I know our schedules have been a little bit off lately. But today for tea, I have Earl Grey. And yes, I actually have tea and not coffee. I stopped drinking my coffee earlier today just so that I could have tea with all of you. So there's been quite a few people, actually three of my besties, like my besties, my really close private tribe, have had some loss that they've had to deal with recently. Loss of family members, loss of pets, loss of friends. And our tribe itself has lost one of its members that always was there to make me smile all summer long, brighten my heart and brighten my day. And so one of the tribe members asked about how to help to deal with that loss. Now, this one was because they had lost a pet, like that was pretty sudden for them. It was expected, but then had become not expected because things seemed like everything was fine, and then it came rather suddenly. So whether it is animals or loved ones or even ideas that, they all have their different levels of, but dealing and handling loss of a job, loss of a home, loss of a relationship. They're all different ways to deal with and handle different types of loss. Now, when it does come to belief of people who have passed over from this plane, my belief may or may not be what everyone else's is. And we all have our different belief systems and our different ways of thinking about the afterlife per se. I tend to lean more towards Buddhist belief, more towards in reincarnation, those sorts of things. I believe in ghosts or spirits, and that you can get visited by the souls and spirits of your loved ones. And so making sure that you're letting go of the spirits of those who have passed is an important aspect of my practice. But that doesn't mean that that's important to your practice. If you believe in heaven and you believe in different things, none of us know what that truth is, whether we're right or we're wrong. And I think that all of the beliefs are valid. And no matter what, even if it's loss of someone, like I said, a relationship or a job or something, dealing with loss is hard. And you go through those same cycles no matter what it is. We deal with the denial and the blame and the bargaining and the anger, and they're all there. Those cycles are there no matter what. And hey, I think I just named all of them without actually doing any research on this topic today. Woohoo! I think that's all of them. Maybe there's 5 and I only listed 4. Maybe the last one's acceptance and that is my 5th. So, but you're going to have those different cycles, but how do we heal from those cycles when we have a loss? How do we acknowledge the loss and be able to actually let it go so that we are learning from the experience, healing from the experience, but not still attached to that experience? And a lot of us do that with those who have passed, with actual ancestors, by having ancestor altars set up in our home. And I fully am on you can totally add pets to your ancestor altar. Totally. I'm in with that. And by giving them that place, you've acknowledged the step that they've made to move from currently being in your life to the step of being an ancestor in your life, by giving them an honored place in that ancestor altar. And remembering to do something for you to let them go on the rest of their journey, to experience the next aspect of their journey, is how I view it, because as I said, I believe in reincarnation. But let them go enjoy the next aspect of their journey. That you miss them, that you love them, and that you send them the best. And for me, that goes with, instead of a memorial type of thing, it's more like a celebration of life. So remembering all of the awesome and amazing experiences that you had with that person, and maybe being able to talk to others about their good experiences and their funny things and telling the funny stories, and doing a tiny little bit of reflection on all of the amazing things that you learned or experienced because of this person. And I like to look at it in that positive fashion, to do a celebration of life. Of course, if there is trauma and other things that you need to deal with because of other issues with that person that has been lost, that's something that working through therapy or deep shadow work can really, really help you with. So I would definitely suggest that you work closely with someone that can help you do your healing work, because now you can no longer do that healing work with that person because they're no longer here. So that's really important. So don't forget about that aspect too, if you do have to deal with that. But if you can do a small celebration of life, just an intentional gathering of talking about all those positive things that have happened, and then light a candle for them, place their stuff up on the ancestor altar, leave them offerings of their favorite food or their favorite drink, those sorts of things. Just, and you can bring those offerings outside. They don't have to stay inside, or put them there and then the next day bring them outside, and let nature have them. But it gives you that little tiny bit of closure that is more like a little bit of a private closure if you are unable to do what you would want to do to honor that person with other people. But try to do it with other people if possible, and then try to do it by yourself as well, to really let go and be mindful of what it is that you're actually holding on to. What is it that you're longing for? And remember and honor them for those things. And then try to look for those things inside of yourself to spark and realize that you do have those things yourself as well. because they taught you how to have them. They taught you how to bring that out in yourself. And hopefully that will help you. And I hope that answered your question that you were looking for. Other than that, the energies this week, Terry, who is often on here that I call Cricket all the time because that's her name from our tribe at camp. And take a sip. Terry does readings every day and puts them up in the from an herb tarot deck, and puts them up in the Transformational Healing Tribe Facebook group. And I've been doing readings myself, like more just for myself every night before I go to bed, do everything that I want to do. But part of my bedtime routine to keep me mindful is to turn on a meditation. And I found this awesome, didgeridoo, chanting, drumming meditation guy. I will link him down below. It's a Larimar Sound Alchemy. This stuff's amazing. So a lot of didgeridoo, a lot of vocables and sounds and stuff, but he's definitely, using a soundboard to mix all of his stuff. So, but it's totally amazing. I love his work. So huge shout out. I'll tag you in the video so that you know I did that. And so I've been using his videos at night to just pull, even if I don't listen to the whole thing, to just pull my focus back and to just get myself into that meditative state before bed, to get to that mindfulness point before bed. Yeah, I know. I try to ignore it. It doesn't help. To get to that mindfulness point before bed. And usually during that time, I've been doing cards as well. Well, all week, every card that I would get, and it wouldn't matter which deck I would use. I mean, I was using the Brian Froud's Fairy deck. I was using an Earth Magic deck. I was using my runes. It didn't matter what I used to do readings. Every reading I got all week was look inside, go inside, look inside, do your shadow work, make sure you don't have any unfinished business going on. And, I was asking what the energy of the world was, what is the energy of where people are at right now? And that was what I was getting. And I'm sitting here going, but it's spring and it's Ostara and it's about blossoming. Our week was about blossoming this week. And, blooming and planting flowers and putting your energy into all those seeds that you've been working on and all those thoughts and all those ideas that it's time to really start the new moon. Everything was like new starts, new stuff. Let's get going. Let's work on our energy. And all the readings that I got about, that I did about where everyone is at was everyone's just pulling inside and they're trying to finish unfinished things and they're just pulling inside. Dealing with their stuff, not wanting to be social, not wanting to do things. And I'm like, huh. And then I started reading all the cards, and every card that Cricket was getting was saying the same thing. Pull inside, finish your stuff, do your things. And I'm like, I guess this is going to be a weird Ostara. So weird new moon, weird Ostara. I don't know. We shall see. So, yeah, this past week was all about blossom and blooming energy, blossoming energy. And this week, we always have a theme for the week for transformation. This week is all about flow. So I guess I'm just going to learn how to go with the flow and not worry about the fact that not everyone is ready to break out of their shells and enjoy spring. I will say that energetically for me, it got a little bit warm. It was toasty. I was so enjoying some 70 degrees the other day, and then it chilled out again. I am worried about the storms. Not up here in the Northeast. I mean, we've had some winter storms and stuff like that. I'm worried about those southeast storms that have just been really, really strong. And I know that they happen all the time. I know they happen in cycles, but I'm really sending some healing and energy to talk about dealing with loss, down to, Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana, and even it's been happening in Texas and Oklahoma and all over the place, but the tornadoes that keep happening, and then the floods in California and the earthquakes across the world. I mean, I'm sending energy out to people to, um, compassion and love out to people, on a constant basis. But just recently, within the last day, has been what happened in Mississippi. So that's why that's right on my mind. I mean, whole town's just gone. Um, Never mind, the other things that are going on in the world over in Ukraine. So sending out love and sending out compassion to the world, and taking some time for your own self-care, so that, yes, there's all kinds of crazy and stressful things going on. Um, Prices are up. Um, all kinds of things are going on politically, with divisions and all kinds of things. But if you can, I want to say, it's not ignore all those things. Please be aware of all those things so that you know what's going on. But if you can pull your energies back in at least once or twice a day, to just breathe and center and ground and pull your energies back into you, and be mindful of what your body needs. Be mindful of what your mental health needs. Be aware of not watching too much of the news cycle, going to take a walk, going to do something else, that you need water. I got so dehydrated yesterday because my mindfulness got distracted by a project. I was so sucked into the project that I didn't even realize that I wasn't, having anything to drink at all, not even my coffee, for hours and hours. So just be, set those alarms that I talk about, and be mindful. And if you need a little assistance, then, I'm here. So there are videos on the channel to help you with grounding and centering, to help you with mindfulness, and all sorts of other things. I'm going to put 2 of my favorite playlists over here, one for mindfulness and the other one for the guided meditations to help pull you back to center, to help you to feel like you're living a more balanced life. Because as seekers, we want to seek, and we want to understand, and we want to experience life, and we want to have that freedom of experiencing life. But we also need to be able to keep our feet on terra firma, because we are spiritual beings here having a human experience, a physical experience. So we need to have that physical experience in our life. And our physical bodies may change as we journey on our journey, and we may have one physical body and then another and then another, and who knows? Or I could be wrong, and we could be here once and that's it, and you get what you get. So live every day to its fullest. Live every day with love. Live every day with compassion. And you need assistance? Check out those videos over here, and subscribe and like this video and pass it on to your friends. If you have any other questions, we go live every Tuesday. Have a new video every Tuesday, a replay video every Thursday, and go live every Sunday at 2:00 for our mindfulness and spiritual check-in. So get your tea ready for next Tuesday at 2, and we'll see you then. Many blessings, tribe. Love one another. Really, I mean,